Hi, everybody. Mid-morning on a Friday, time to take a look at our weekend storm system. It is going to be full of snow, wind, and cold. At mid-morning, cold high pressure over the mid-Atlantic, driving in the chilly air. We've got low pressure developing over the southeast. That will track to the east. It's going to start to bring in moisture. The moisture meets the cold, and we get the snow. Latest run of our Vipercast model has the best chance of snow this afternoon occurring over the mountains. In fact, we're dry this morning, but mid to late afternoon, we may start to see a few snow showers develop. Most of the activity will be light. Can't rule out a couple sprinkles across the upstate. I think a lot of folks are going to be dry, however. If you've got some evening plans for dinner, the mountains, there are going to be some snow showers around. The upstate, I think we're good through about mid-evening or so for the most part. We may catch a stray flurry. I think the best chance of seeing some snow developing in the upstate is really going to be in that 9, 10, 11 midnight time frame. And when we're going to start to see a little bit more of that begin to pick up and perhaps even bring a dusting to some areas. We will see that snow gradually push south through the course of the overnight hours. So by morning, a lot of folks are dealing with snow. By daybreak, I think we may see on the order of half an inch to an inch of snow over portions of the upstate, especially in the north, lower amounts to the south. And then as you get into the mountains, it's going to be a potpourri of snowfall amounts because it's going to start up there first. We could see amounts from really a trace in some spots to 2 to 3 inches in others by daybreak. Obviously, it's not done at that point. We go through the day, the snow continues, and it's going to be moderate to heavy at times. Sliding into the afternoon, we're gradually going to start to see the heavy snow slide a little bit more to the east and northeast. Some breaks in the precipitation start to occur by mid to late afternoon. Those breaks will spread across the area during the evening, and we could have most of the snow out of here by the time we get to the midnight hour. Left behind is some very cold temperatures. I'm going to talk more about that here in just a moment. The latest run of our in-house snowfall forecast model shows a large portion of the area, roughly 4 to 6 inches of snow. This is a complicated situation because we've got that broad area of snow, but within it, we're likely going to see, much as if we have a broad area of showers, occasionally you get some spots that get heavier showers, more rain than other folks. Same thing happens with snow. And where that occurs, we may see locally heavier bands set up. Likewise, we may see some areas where some drier air kind of wraps in behind the circulation with this area of low pressure, and we end up with areas that underperform. I think the underperforming baseline for this system is going to be about 2-3 inches of snow on kind of an area-wide basis, and we build from there. What you're seeing here is the most likely solution at this point, which is a general 4 to 6, maybe some lower amounts in some of our western counties. We're going to see higher amounts near the North Carolina-Tennessee border, especially northern Swain, northern Haywood counties, where higher peaks are going to clear 8 inches. And then we're going to see better chances of 6 to 8 inches to our east, but some of those spots could end up sliding farther west, depending on where those heavier bands try to set up. The best chance of seeing that is going to be over our eastern counties. So again, a 2 to 3 inch baseline for snowfall accumulation for most. This, what you're seeing here, kind of the most likely solution right now. If this overperforms, you can add a couple inches, maybe 2-3 inches in some spots to these numbers here. It is going to be a snowy Saturday. Because of that, a winter storm warning kicks in late this afternoon, early this evening, runs until Sunday morning. We are going to be dealing with the main threat being just hazardous travel from snow-covered roads. Obviously, it's going to become more of an issue the deeper the snow gets. However, this is going to be a very powdery snow, something we don't often see in the south because we have got air that is so cold through the atmosphere. We don't have the same moisture content in the atmosphere that we would if the air was a little bit warmer. So the snowflakes themselves won't hold as much water, and as a result, they're fluffier and they tend to pile up more. It takes less moisture to create more snow than it would in a normal situation. So even a 1/10 of an inch change in actual liquid equivalent precipitation can mean a 1.5 to 2 inch change in snow accumulation. So that's why this is kind of a tough forecast. Because of the low moisture flavor of the snow, if you will, the snow itself is going to be, again, kind of light and powdery. It's not going to be overly heavy. So as a result, that's good news. That decreases the chances of seeing snow weighing down on trees and power lines and causing some issues with that. The next thing we're watching is the cold. This is a look at the hour-by-hour wind chill forecast. I'm going to pick this up Saturday, 5 o'clock in the evening when it's still snowing in most locations. Chills will be in the teens in the upstate, single digits in the mountains. We're expecting wind gusts with this system Saturday night to be into the 20s, maybe near 30 in the upstate, 30s and some 40s in the mountains, even higher on some of the higher ridge tops. Factor in very cold air and this ongoing wind, and we're talking wind chills that are going to be well below zero in the mountains going into Sunday morning, and we're even going to see some below zero wind chills sneaking into the upstate as well. So very, very cold air. You want to limit your exposure to this because it is going to be kind of brutal going into early Sunday morning. Obviously, Sunday, as temperatures climb, we'll see a little bit of relief. It is going to stay windy in the mountains on Sunday. The wind will start to come down in the upstate and temperatures start to come up, but not much. Most of us are in the 40s today. Some Lakeland counties could be close to 50. 20s tonight, 20s tomorrow, teens tomorrow night. Barely above freezing Sunday. At least we get some sunshine, which will help in the sunshine melt some stuff off. And then we're in the 40s early next week. Hopefully the lower moisture content of the snow will mean this will be a faster melting process so we can recover a little bit more quickly with the roads than we did with the ice we just had. That remains to be seen. We've got another front coming in on Wednesday. Right now, the way it times out, it would be mostly rain, at least as far as the upstate is concerned. If this comes in a little sooner, maybe temperatures are cold enough early Wednesday for a snow mix. It doesn't look like a big wintry system for us at this point. More rain than anything else. We'll keep an eye on that. And we'll see those low temperatures recover too after morning lows in the teens, Sunday morning and Monday morning. And in the mountains, close to 40 today. Watch for snow showers to develop this afternoon. More likely tomorrow. Windy and frigid Saturday, Sunday, not getting out of the 20s. Morning lows will drop to the single digits. And again, our coldest feeling night is going to be with the higher winds Saturday night and Sunday morning. Although it's still going to be breezy in the mountains going into Sunday night, early Monday morning. We'll see a little bit of melting early next week. Of course, I'll be on 7 News at noon with the latest. And of course, we'll be tracking this all weekend long. Have a safe weekend, everybody.